Well, hello there, and welcome to my guide on how to set up a really cool unlimited experience farm. You can get up to level 30 very quickly with this trade-based villager farm. It just takes a little while to kind of set up, but it's perfectly worth it. This, in my opinion, is one of the most effective experience farms I've ever used, and the beautiful thing about it is like you could easily get up to like level 60 in well under an hour because it just keeps on coming. Like, there's no end to it. Ain't that right, Slamuel?
Yes! Yes!
Yep, that's it's a wise man right there. So essentially, I'm going to go into my marketplace here and kind of show you how it's rigged up. I'm going to kind of bring you step by step through this entire process, but essentially what you're going to need is, kind of a villager plantation of sorts. And this is going to take a while to set up, I'm not going to lie. And what you want to make sure that you have is enough cartographers and enough librarians. My cartographers are elsewhere. They're down in the basement there. And if you don't know how to create your villager plantation, you can also kind of just like fence in a village if you wanted to. In my opinion, that's not as effective. It's better to have them all in pens, have them all organized so you can really streamline the process a little more effectively. And basically, it's just a matter of having enough beds for the villagers to be able to reproduce. You have to make sure that you have a farmer villager, and he doles out the food to all the peasants, and they reproduce. And you just have to make sure that you have enough lecterns in the immediate area. You have to make sure that they're able to get to the lecterns. And if you didn't know, this is how you make a lectern. I'll just go into the recipe book here. So it's just essentially a bookshelf and 3 slabs on top and 1 at the bottom like this. And then also what you're going to need is a smattering of cartography tables. All right, and this is how you make it. So paper, which is created through sugar canes, and then some spruce planks down here, because you're also going to need quite a few cartographers, but not as many, because basically what we're trading here within this video is glass. And cartographers by default, as you can see, here's a glass pane trade, here's a glass pane trade, here's a glass pane trade, here's a glass plane. That's quite a tongue twister. But yeah, you gosh darn get it. Every single one of these cartographers has one of these handy trades. So this part of it is the easy part. Let's go over to the librarians now, because this is where the trade starts, and it's with a proper block of glass, which is traded for 1 emerald. So I'm going to show you now that not every librarian actually has a glass trade. This one does, and this one doesn't. And also, it's harder to level up librarians because, you have less options. Actually, glass is the best thing to level them up with. And if they don't have a glass trade, then it's going to be really hard to level them up to the point where, you can actually get to masters. But essentially, what you have to keep on doing is you either keep on increasing your overall capacity with the amount of beds that you have, so you can just keep on breeding villagers until you acquire enough librarians that have the glass block trade. And it will take a while, don't get me wrong, but it's going to be fully worth it. And I'm going to show you later in this video. I'm going to go from level 0. I'm going to show you, I'm going to time it. I'm going to see how long it takes to get to level 30. Fun fact, it's not going to take that long. And I don't know, this maybe took me 10 hours to kind of set up in total. So I think it's absolutely worth it. And of course, look at the armor I've been able to get out of it. I lost my chest plate, but pretty much like max armor for the most part, and I have some enchantments that I'm going to slap on this, and then I'm going to off myself, and we're going to kind of go through it. So I would recommend that you get at the very least, 5 villagers that have a glass block trade, like 5 librarians that have the glass block trade, and probably at least 5 cartographers as well. And always make sure that if you're going to put them in pens the way I have and enslave them a little bit, I mean, it's not slavery, it's consensual labor and such, make sure that they have their, their assigned block behind them so they can restock, right? If they can't get to their assigned block, you're going to buy them out. You're going to buy them out of stock, and that's never fun. And the same thing goes for the librarians. As you can see, I have the block right behind them, so you make sure that they can properly restock. And what you're going to find as of Minecraft 1.15.2, that when you buy with emeralds from these here librarians, and then turn them into glass panes, and then sell them to the cartographers, you're going to lose 1 emerald every kind of like transaction, just because that's how the numbers work out. But in general, it is completely equivalent exchange between the two. I'm going to try to keep this video updated in the description to see, if it's broken, because to me this is kind of, like definitely something that maybe should probably be fixed, or at least just patched a little bit. Maybe make it so the trade is a little less equivalent. So without further ado, I'm going to show you exactly how this trade-based farm works. I'm going to show you how well it works, and I'm going to time the whole thing, give you a couple more tips and tricks, give you a closing message, and then you can go do it yourself if you were so inclined. It's going to take a little bit of a grind, but again, hella worth it. And now I'm going to go off myself. Pretty little monster. Hey, I did not want to have to do this at level 24. Oh, I'm so sad. So I am a bare boy, I got no levels, I got no nothing. Let's say, hypothetically, I don't even have any emeralds. I do, but I'm going to pretend like I don't, and all it really takes to get enough emeralds to get this started, so long as you have everything else in place, is, either start yourself a sugarcane farm or like an automatic raw potato farm, which I have here. I have both actually feeding into a canal system here. Plenty of tutorials on the YouTubes on how to go about doing that, but this amount of potatoes from an automatic potato farm does not take a long time to get together. I'll put the link in the video that my particular potato farm comes from. But essentially, just breed a villager that is compatible with the particular thing that you are farming. Don't get out. So this guy buys potatoes. Watch me rack up all kinds of emeralds right now. I think I have about 3 farmers that are compatible. Here's another one. Boom. So we're at 22 already. And this is, I have actually 2 automatic potato farms. So this is, what you saw in my inventory initially is probably, I don't know, an hour and a half of cumulative potatoes. Here's another. And then I have 1 more after this, which I think he'll be able to buy out the rest of my potatoes. And here's the other farmer tending to my other automatic potato farm here. Thank you. Thank you. And I would say get at least 63 emeralds, or 64 rather, I don't know why I said 63. I myself have plenty of villagers to do glass block trades with and such, so I make sure to get quite a few emeralds, because they actually do restock quite quickly. And the more emeralds you have, the better, when you have quite a few cartographers and quite a few librarians that can do the trades that you need in order to make this work, which is of course the glass blocks and the glass panes. Now I'm level 14 again, so I gotta off myself again. Okay, we're back at baseline again. We have 64 emeralds, no levels whatsoever, and just be reminded that if my cartographers were closer, this would be even faster. But let's start the timer now. As you can see, I just finished my first big cycle between the two different villagers, and I lost a total of 1 emerald, and that's it. Okay, now we do it again. And look at that, they're already more or less restocked. And we are at level 21. Okay, I think I have a few that aren't labeled here. But yeah, they're already restocked. And all I did was run over there. We're at level 22. What are we at, like, I don't know, 2 minutes? Tops? Okay, 23. Okay, back to Pains. Okay, second cycle through. We're now at 60 emeralds, and just because the way the numbers work out, you know, sometimes you just have more glass panes left over, but as you can see, technically it is equivalent exchange. Oh, okay, he's out of stock. And again, the more there's still a lot of librarians here I have to level up, and the more I have, the more effective this is going to be. And keep in mind, I died like a couple of minutes ago, and now I can already enchant a badass piece of armor in like a second, if I can find another one. Okay, they're all out of stock for a second, but that is all well and good. I honestly, it's probably just going to be faster. Yeah, I'm going to be able to get to level 30 easily. Oh, get out of my way. Oh god, I got to kill all these golems. There's way too many. Why did you do this, Mojang? Iron golems drive me nuts. I know automatic ingot farms are great, but like, come on. I have to slaughter them all way too often. It's not like I can hide them from all threats too, so then they don't spawn. That's like not possible. Oh, okay, 29. Oh boy, really running the clock here. But what are we at? Tops 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm at 29 right now, basically 30, 59 emeralds. So again, I started off with 64. As you see, I haven't cut yet, so I'm not cheating. Or let's say hypothetically, you started off with like 3 stacks of emeralds, right? And let's say hypothetically you had more glass vendors than me. And let's say hypothetically you had your cartographers closer. Hell, this would take a lot less time than it's taken me. Obviously, a lot of these librarians are still going to become glass vendors, and a lot of them are like apprentices and stuff like that. Of course, I'm slacking off right now. Hey, there we go. Okay. And bada boom. Hey! Level 30. Let's stop the clock right there. I'm not entirely sure what the time is, but I'll put it up there. But as you can see, this can pretty much go on forever. Again, like I said earlier, you have 3 stacks of emeralds. You could just keep going. Like, it just doesn't stop. Like, you just keep going back and forth. Let's say, hypothetically, you have 10 librarians and 10 cartographers or more. Like, geez, like, you could get to level 60 in the time that... I don't know exactly how efficient you can make this. You can make it way more efficient than I have. And, you know, you can get to level 60 quickly. Very quickly, I'm sure. And hopefully throughout this whole process, you guys can also create one of these, you know, like enchantment farms like I have, right? You can get 2 birds stoned at once, as they say. So you set up your cartographer, librarian experience farm and an enchantment farm at the same time. And on top of that, you know, the cartographers have like fortress maps, and they have cool banners and yada yada yada, compasses and clocks and whatever the hell they have. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and if this video helped you out, please hip thrust that motherfucking like button. I would love you if you did that, and have a good stinking night.